After losing their kingdom in the game of dice, the five Pandava brothers walked into the forest, not as kings, but as exiles. The Vana was vast, silent, and unknown, but destiny followed them even there. One day, Arjuna wandered away from his brothers into the deeper heart of the forest. The trees grew thicker, the air grew still, and there, hidden within the silence, flowed a sacred river. Calm on the surface, mystical in its depth, the water shimmered, as if holding secrets of another world. Beneath those waters lay another kingdom, the Naga realm, a world of serpents, light, and ancient magic, a realm untouched by human time, a kingdom that existed between myth and reality, between legend and truth. From that hidden world rose Ulupi, the Naga princess, graceful, powerful, divine. Her eyes carried the wisdom of ancient oceans. Her presence felt like destiny itself. In that silent moment, two worlds met, two destinies crossed. Their union was not born of desire alone. It was written by fate, a bond of two realms, a bond of two destinies, human and Naga, earth and water, warrior and a queen. A union that would shape the future of Dharma itself. From this sacred bond, a child was born, Aravan, a child of two worlds, half human, half Naga, but fully divine in purpose. Not born for comfort, not born for peace, but born for meaning. Aravan grew in strength and wisdom, trained in battle, rooted in discipline, guided by values, a warrior in body, a saint in heart. Even as a child, destiny followed his footsteps. His life was not long, but it was luminous. When the great war of Kurukshetra approached, the earth itself trembled. Corn shells echoed across the land, chariots rolled, armies gathered, millions prepared for battle. But this war was not only of weapons, it was war of dharma, of truth, of destiny. A divine prophecy was spoken. Victory would not come from arrows alone, nor from swords, nor from armies. Victory demands a sacrifice, a human life, pure in heart, royal in blood, willing in soul. Silence filled the assembly. Fear stood in every heart. No voice moved forward until Aravan stepped ahead. Calm, steady, fearless. Let my life protect thousands, not as a victim, not as a child, but as a warrior. Before accepting death, Aravan asked for only 3 wishes: to see the war, to die as a hero, and to be married with before his death. Not for pleasure, not for pride, but to feel life just once as a complete human being. But silence answered him. Eyes fell. Heart hesitated. No one stepped forward. Who would marry a man destined to die at sunrise? Even courage failed before fate. Then divinity intervened. Krishna transformed into Mohini, a form beyond gender, beyond body, beyond identity, a form of compassion, a form of love, a form of living grace. Dharma itself took a human shape. That night, Aravan was not a sacrifice. He was a husband. He was loved. He was seen. He was a human. For one night, he lived a full life for one night. Destiny waited. At dawn, Aravan walked towards destiny. No tears, no fear, no resistance, only peace, only purpose, only courage. He did not walk as a victim. He walked as an offering, as a protector, as a hero. Mohini mourned, not as a god, not as Krishna, but as a wife, as a lover, as a broken heart. Divinity wept for humanity. Even gods were not touched by sacrifice. Aravan did not die. He transformed into a symbol, into a legend, into a living memory of sacrifice, of courage, of love beyond form, of devotion beyond fear. His story still lives in faith, in festivals, in identity, in humanity.